Hey there, hey there, hey there, folks. And thank you for joining me once again on the Movie Reviewers 100 channel for another review. Mr. Movie Night here, if you don't already know that. This week is TV week, TV shows, any type of TV show. And I'm kind of excited about that because it gives me an opportunity to talk about one of my favorite TV shows, and actually it's a sitcom, and that is The King of Queens, starring Kevin James, Leah Remini, Jerry Stiller. Has Patton Oswalt, some interesting characters in it. Just a really funny show. This show ran for about 9 seasons. I own all of them. The 9th season was kind of short, like maybe 13 to 16 episodes, and kind of had a strange ending, but I'm not going to spoil that for anybody who wants to check this show out. Anyway, it stars Kevin James as a delivery man for IPS, which is like a UPS ripoff, and he lives in Queens, New York, with his wife, Carrie. And she's like a paralegal, like she's actually a secretary for a law firm. They're named the Heffernans, Doug and Carrie Heffernan. Arthur is Carrie's father, and he's played by Jerry Stiller. He lives in their basement, and that is due to the fact that he is sort of one of these, he just gets into trouble all the time. He can't seem to handle certain things, and if you watch the first episode, he actually burns his house down by trying to use a hot plate, and this is after his wife has died. And there's not really much. There's just kind of some backstory on that, but it doesn't really show any of that. But anyway, he burns his house down. He can't live on his own. He's like probably 70s, 80 years old, something like that. And he moves in with Doug and Carrie, and his name is Arthur Spooner. He lives in their basement, and of course, Carrie feels bad for him because obviously he's her father, and she wants to make sure she can keep an eye on him and keep him out of trouble. Doug, of course, sees him as a big nuisance and hates the fact that he's living there. And there's many episodes of the show where they kind of go back and forth on him not wanting Arthur there and trying to get rid of him and all the complications with that and just different things. But just an absolutely phenomenal, funny show. I mean, Kevin James is one of my favorite comedian and comic actors. And he's just hilarious. I mean, his facial expressions, just the dialogue, which is kind of based on some of his stand-up comedy, things like that, like a lot of these sitcoms. But anyway, he's got a friend named Deacon that works with him at IPS, and he's involved with the story a lot. He's a tall brother. I can't remember his name, but he's funny. And then of course Patton Oswalt plays Spence, who is another friend of his that works in the subway, and he's kind of a loser that still lives with his mom and just kind of one of these goofy kind of guys. And then Danny, who plays his cousin, I believe, in the show, is his real life brother. I think his name is Gary Valentine in real life, something like that. Anyway, I guess his name would be Gary James, but maybe Gary Valentine. That's besides the point. This show is just it's just very very funny. I've enjoyed every episode. I've seen every episode of it, and like I say, I do own the entire series. And I heard one time that it's loosely based on The Honeymooners, because Doug's kind of like this Ralph Cramden type character, and then Carrie's like the Alice, and then he sort of gets kind of loud and boisterous at times, kind of like Ralph. And Deacon maybe sort of like I can't think of his name, his Ralph Cramden's friend, Ed Norton or whatever. I guess that's what it is. Anyway, and there was actually an episode of this where they did like this TV flashback where like Doug fell asleep and he dreams he's in TV shows, and they did actually did a Honeymooners ripoff, and he did a great job, actually playing Ralph Cramden's character. So or Jackie Gleason's character rather. But anyway, I'm just like rambling a lot here, but this show is just a great show about sort of a middle class family, not necessarily a family, I guess they're a couple, trying to make it with their jobs, and they deal with all the the challenges just with life, everyday challenges, and trying to keep Arthur out of trouble and keep tabs on him, and just the whole relationship they have. And it's just really a funny show that if you're ever feeling depressed, I tell you what, put this on and watch it. I mean, I love to go back sometimes and pull these seasons out and revisit certain episodes. It'd be hard to name a favorite because there's so many great ones. But King of Queens, they're showing reruns of this a lot. I don't know about in the UK for you UK viewers, but you American viewers, It seems like it's on what is it, Fox? I think Fox shows a lot of reruns of this. But anyway, check these reruns out. The show is syndicated, so they're showing it all over the place. TBS, other places, if you haven't seen it. But try to find it and watch it. It's just really funny, and I think you will thoroughly enjoy it. And this whole series is actually worth picking up and owning if you can find it for cheap, which I'm sure you probably can. This is season 1 that I'm showing here, and it's in a digipack, and I'm not going to show you the whole packaging and everything, but just a great show. I can't say anything else about it other than it's just one of my all-time favorite sitcoms. It still makes me laugh to go back and watch episodes over and over again. So there you go, King of Queens. And it was hard to choose. Actually, I do have a lot of TV shows, but I have to go with that one because that's the one that seems to pop into mind as one of my all-time favorite shows, like I've said a million times now. So thank you for joining me for this review. I've been rambling a lot and probably repeating myself a million times, but thanks for tuning in to our channel, Movie Reviewers. Thanks for watching me, and hope you enjoy the rest of the week with whoever else is going to be reviewing. And please come back next Monday for another review from me, and please continue to support our channel. I appreciate it, and you guys have a great week. Peace out.